875 continues that proud and smart tradition by including Minnesota's undocumented immigrant students in our state's student aid program and in eligibility for in-state tuition rate if they meet three conditions. One, have attended high school within Minnesota for 3 or more years, and 2, have graduated from a Minnesota high school or attained the equivalent graduation credential, and 3, have filed an affidavit that they will normalize their immigration status with the federal government. House File 875 also makes it possible for public post-secondary institutions to use private sources of funding to provide scholarships for these students without simply referring them to those opportunities outside of their own institutional processes. Our nation, members, is moving steadily to making sense and order out of our immigration issues. Meanwhile, states as politically diverse as Texas and California have already taken the steps in House File 875 in order to strengthen their own state. And that I would refer you to the handout on page 3 that has a nice grid of action that's happened, different action that's happened across many states. The fiscal note shows a one-time upfront cost of $100,000 for the Office of Higher Ed to establish a process to process these students. The fiscal note also estimates that about 333 students will apply, and if the state wishes to keep the average state grant at the same level, it will need to appropriate an additional $539,000 per year. That's if the state wants to keep the state grant at the same level as it is now. However, the number of students members that are estimated to apply is only 0.2% of students enrolled in our public post-secondary institutions. So if we don't appropriate the $539,000, the impact on the average grant will be very small in terms of lowering that prorated average grant down. It'll be very small. But nonetheless will remain a good investment on our part. And members, those 333 students averages out to about 2 students per campus if you divide it out by the number of institutions in our state. Members, I was here in the late 90s when the federal government, in my opinion, overstepped its bounds in order to ensure that our state and other states' right to determine resident student status for our state higher ed schools, which, after all, members, we pay for with Minnesota state taxes, not with federal taxes. House File 875 reasserts Minnesota's wisdom for how we best invest in our human capacity. In the audience today, we have young Minnesotans whose only desire is to become well-educated and to join the ranks of Minnesota's skilled workforce. These are young people whose primary desire is to become well-educated. They want to be able to give back to the state society that has provided so much to them. Their dreams will be determined by this legislative session's decisions on bills like House File 875. So, Mr. Chair, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to ask those individuals to come forward. We have several students, Valeria Estrada, Karen Salas, and Jocelyn Hernandez. They're going to be accompanied by Minneapolis and St. Paul administrators, Effie Babo and Michael Thomas. And I'll ask them to join us in the back here. And I'm going to move over and make space for them.
Thank you. You speak, just identify yourself.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, pleasure to be here today. My name is Celia Estrada. I was born in 1985. At the age of 4, my parents left the United States left my home country to begin a better life, to this year of losing our life. doors. I knew my life was going to be a lot harder than others, but I wasn't going to let that stop. With my situation, I have become a very dedicated and unstoppable dreamer. I'm now a senior at Central Senior High School in St. Paul. I've done more than 40 hours of volunteer service at hospitals, helping hundreds of patients, and I have involved myself in community events. I have a GPA of 3.5, which means I have been an honor student since my freshman year. I've also exceeded high school requirements, and I have participated in the biology course at Hamlin University as a PSEO student. This all may sound very significant, and even though I have been accepted to the top universities of Minnesota, I still face the fear of how I'm going to pay my tuition. Honestly, tuition. My brother is a part-time student at Minneapolis Technical College, and my parents still struggle to pay for his tuition every 6 months. Because I'm not eligible for financial aid, I'm horrified to think about how this would be the end for me. I know there are scholarships available, of course, but because of my situation, I'm only applicable for so little, which means I have to hunt for scholarships. It's frustrating to think that my GPA, my volunteer work, and everything that I have done is pushed aside just of a situation that I have no control over. I'm now speaking for the many dreamers here. And like I said before, we are not going to stop. We're going to keep fighting and look for more opportunities to help our lives just be a little bit are the investments that you put in our education? Representative Papi, you've seen how our town has grown. You know how hard we strive to be where we are right now. You've seen how the community has put a lot of emphasis on growing the town. We've seen businesses grow like Ooohhh Bakery. And all of us Mexicans are counting on your vote. I hope today you make the right decision in the end and vote in favor of this bill. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My name is Michael Thomas, and I'm the Associate Superintendent with the Minneapolis Public Schools. And on behalf of the 33,000 students in our district, I want to thank you for allowing this bill to come forth with this committee. And I also want to take an opportunity to thank Representative Mariani and all of his colleagues for bringing this bill to life. His leadership on this issue with others will help us close the opportunity gap and ensure that all students can succeed. A special note of appreciation for Minneapolis Public Schools goes out to all the students, families, organizers, and community leaders who have been paving the way for this initiative. Many of you are in the room today, and I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge your hard work and your courage on behalf of this bill. We are the state's third largest urban school district, and our student body is comprised of 70% students of color. 21% of our students are English language learners. Through the leadership of our superintendent, Dr. Bernadette Johnson, we supported 600 of our students to apply for deferred action. Our students are impacted directly by the bill that is being proposed to you today. Our Board of Education has established the English Learner Commission to dramatically improve academic outcomes for English learners, but we know that we cannot do this work alone. This bill will support us to achieve this goal, and it will help us to close the opportunity gap that threatens our community and the economy and our future. To fulfill this mission of ensuring that every child is college and career ready, we need laws to change. We need policies like House File 875 and its companion bill in Senate File 723 to pass. With your help, rather than being fearful of deportation, our students will be inspired to stay in school, excel in their studies, and pursue their dreams of a college education. Investing in our future, investing in the future of undocumented students is securing the economic future of our state and our nation. There are thousands of students that depend on our state's leadership in fulfilling every young person's American dream. And I'll close with the words of Booker T. Washington, and he states that he has learned that success in life is not to be determined by what one has attained, rather by the obstacles one has overcome while trying to succeed. We are asking that you help reduce those obstacles for our students to allow them to experience their fullest success in life. Thank you, and I'll answer any questions.
Amen.
We are being booted out of this room, so we will reconvene on Monday, April 8th at 12:30 noon to 5 at the State Office. So it's Representative Mariani.
Chairman, I may realize that we've run out of time, but I do want to acknowledge also the presence of Ms. F.D. Otavo, who's the assistant superintendent of the St. Paul Public Schools. Also, all student with the Minnesota Chamber of Commerce, who is in support of this effort, as well as Father Connor. Also, I'm sorry, Father, boy, I do my penance this weekend. He's also works for the line.
All of this guy that's leaving so early.
Also,